Patients first is the key value. Everything has to be centred around the patient. Everything has to be centred around the public. And in such a big institution, it can be difficult, but they come first.
It's really important that I have a daily meaningful conversation with patients to actually get to know them beyond just the day-to-day conversation that we might have.
Taking the time to kind of just take a step back and think, actually, this patient's a bit nervous, just spend a little bit more time with them, explaining the procedure, talking them through it.
I do everything for them, whatever they ask me. I go and see them, I talk to them, and they tell me what they like to eat or don't like to eat, or they're upset about something, and I try to help as much as I can.
They're really nice people as well, so they don't just sit there and go, oh, you got this, you got that. They try and make a laugh out of it to make you feel a bit more welcome, and, you know, it makes you feel like a home, like a second home.
I think I have one of the best jobs in the NHS. I feel like I'm bursting with pride every minute of every day, and I hope I communicate that to people by wearing a smile on my face and then doing the job that I have as professionally as I can.
And by being really enthusiastic and showing that I love my job, and it shows the patients that we really do care.
I love being a midwife. The job satisfaction then comes from looking at the women and their families' faces when they hold their newborn baby.
It's very rewarding when I come back the next day, find a patient who came in on a stretcher, sitting up in a bed, having a cup of tea. Is just fantastic.
I've seen over time how important to all of our staff the care of our patients is. That gives me incredible pride in what we do as an organisation.
You only get back from people what you give to them. So if you don't give them respect, you won't get it back.
There's over 200 languages spoken just in Southwark and Lambeth. So we need to be able to respect the diversity of our culture, to provide information and services in an accessible way.
We try and give patients privacy. We try and make sure that we interact with them very privately, using side rooms, using curtains, and I think that's very important.
Minimizing your screen when you're away from your desk, so the patient's details are not visible to other members of staff or visitors.
I always like to find out what they would like to be called, whether it's the staff or the patients, because it makes a real big difference.
We work really hard to improve. We are learning every day, and we set a very high standard of goals for our team.
We're very open to constructive feedback. Some people may view feedback as a self-criticism or a negative, but it's not. It really does help you to improve.
To be able to always push the boundaries, to see what else we can come up with to support patients.
And the way that we ensure that we're providing really high standards of care is through auditing what we're doing. We look at what we're doing, we compare it to what others are doing, and then we publish our data. And I think we're very proud of what we've achieved here.
If we get the best staff and they're happy, then that's the best possible thing for all our patients.
And that's why this hospital's a good one. It looks after its staff and they look after their patients.
Integrity is really important to me. It's about providing the best care, whether someone's watching or not.
Addressing the problems and focusing on not who is right, but what is right.
If I start on something, I'll make sure I see it right through to the end.
It means that you give your word, you keep your word. People can trust you, people can rely on you.
At times I have to do treatments that are particularly uncomfortable, so I have to be open and honest with the patient, explaining the treatments that I want to do, for them to be able to trust me that this is the best thing for them.
So you have to be your own manager, and you have to maintain the standards without somebody standing next to you cracking the whip. And it's important because wherever the patients are, they deserve the same high standards.
To care for patients in a way in which I myself would want to be treated or expect, and in a way that I would want my mother to be treated or any member of my family. And I think by working like that and having that philosophy, you won't go far wrong.